everybody. Welcome to I Woke Up Like This. My name is Dominique and I am owner, personal trainer, and yoga instructor at Body Mind Fitness located in London, Ontario in lovely Lambeth. So I got an interesting message in my DMs the other day involving the upcoming Yoga for Core and Pelvic Health class. So I had made a post and there seemed to be an idea that all we do in this class is breathe. So first things first is, in my opinion, yoga classes in general, not just this yoga class, has a lot to do with breath. The movement is another part of it, but there is a whole lot to do with breathing. Sorry, I really need this. With that said, we're talking specifically about yoga for core and pelvic health. So when we start off a class, every time we hop onto the mat, we get ourselves into a relatively comfortable position, and that will change as the session goes on. And we start off with developing proper alignment, and then we start connecting with our core breath. So this is the way our body is naturally meant to breathe. Our innermost abdominal muscles, which we call the core canister, consists of the pelvic floor and the diaphragm, so the top bottom of the canister, and then the muscles around, which are the transversus abdominis and the multifidi. So again, all the innermost muscles. These muscles are breathing muscles. They work synergistically, not just to help you breathe efficiently, but to also help manage intra-abdominal pressure, as well as they are anticipatory muscles that anticipate the movements of the body. So if you happen to be someone who does any kind of high impact movements, jumping, running, even sneezing, coughing, and you pee a little bit, it's because these muscles have lost their ability to anticipate the type of tension that is needed to execute that particular movement. So this type of class is bringing you back to that. It's also helping to strengthen the innermost abdominal muscles. So when we move towards the outer muscles, we have a nice strong foundation to work with. So we set ourselves up in proper alignment when the diaphragm and the pelvic floor, which is also known as the pelvic diaphragm in some circles, are stacked one on top of the other. They can mirror each other much more easily, especially when we have lost that connection with the breathing. So we breathe in, it lowers down on the in-breath, and we breathe out and it rises back up. This is the way it is meant to go. We start to lose things in life like our posture, or we start to, if we've experienced any kind of injury, if we've had surgery in the pelvic area, anything like that, this will start to affect these movements or the way that we breathe. So we start off with proper alignment. The easiest way to do that initially is just to lay down on our backs, nice and flat. We don't have to think about it. We just breathe. So then we move on to the breath work. So it's really easy to just breathe in and out through the nose, but we want to make sure that at the same time, we are able to, again, find that connection. Maybe the idea of breathing in and out, I got distracted by something. My apologies about that. When we start to breathe, sometimes connecting with that type of breathing, which we were born to naturally do, doesn't exactly resonate. So we come up with different breathing techniques. Sometimes we will bring one big focus to one. I'll offer some other suggestions throughout the session, and another session will focus on another. And again, in different postures. Then once we develop that awareness, so that's the third piece, is we're really just trying to develop an awareness of this breathing pattern. So alignment, breathing, and awareness all together. Then we implement the strategies. So how are we going to execute this type of thing? It's easy to do it when you're in perfect alignment, but what happens when you start to move? What happens when you take yourself out of that alignment throughout the day? You still need to be able to do these things. So we bring in the strategies, and then we do that in this particular class with various yoga movements that not only support the function of the pelvic floor, they also are ways that we might exist in everyday life, especially if you've attended class at the studio, you know that my yoga classes are a little bit unconventional. So adding a lot of true functional movement into the poses so you can start to bring this into your everyday life. So that's my little spiel on, no, it's not just breath work, but it is a lot of breath work, but that goes for any yoga class. Breathing is half of a yoga class. If you came to yoga class and just laid back and breathed the whole time, I say if you needed that, that's a pretty good thing. Pretty good moment in the day. I can hear somebody walking around upstairs. So that's all I've got for you today. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off. I posted a link for the upcoming class sessions in my the intro on Facebook for the intro to the video. I was up a lot last night. If you are joining on Instagram, you can find the link in my bio. So feel free to DM me your questions, post them in the comments, let me know what you think, let me know if this resonated with you at all, and if you have any other questions about the class further, feel free to let me know. But I just wanted to let you know that no, we do not just breathe in this class. There is a little more to that. So thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you next Monday at 7 a.m. Have an amazing day. Thanks. Bye-bye.